First off, before I even get too much into it, when you first get going, you can tell like this is a lightweight vehicle. I can tell because this little bitty engine moves the car with no problem. I can tell, like, because that's how my car is. It's not the most powerful car out there in the world, but you put a little bit of power into it and it can move so much more than, say, something like a bigger car, like even like something like a Dodge Charger, Dodge Challenger. It just moves nice and smooth. Like, this is what? I didn't even go nowhere and I'm already feeling an impression. I'm just in regular drive mode. Oh, another cool thing. It's got a manual shift mode. So one thing about this, everything is like really stiff. Like with shifting gears, everything is like bam, bam. Everything is really like punchy, really hard with the shifting, hard with the churning gears and everything. Like, but that could be a good thing versus being all loosey goosey. All right, let's go. Nice little 2-liter turbo engine. It's nice and quiet, you know. It's got that nice economical vibe to it, you know. It's definitely like a everyday kind of person car. You could definitely use this car for, like, you know, just going to work or something, you know, for the average typical person, you know, if you like, you know, design software or something, you just, because the thing is, everybody doesn't want some big flashy car. Everyone doesn't want this big, loud, powerful vehicle. Some people just want a car that's good for point A to point B, you know, with a good amount of technology and a lot of usability. You know, that's something I feel like I can tell already this vehicle offers that, you know. So you're exchanging a lot of all that extra fancy power and all the over the top technology and luxury for, you know, just usability, efficiency, and a little bit of fun, right? Now, when you put your foot on the brake, not just lightly tap it, when you put your foot down on the brake, like push it down hard, the vehicle cuts off. You see, now it's dead quiet. There it goes back on again. There's a nice little buzzy sound when you know it. It sounds like a bee. One thing I like about this, it comes with a 9-speed automatic transmission. Pretty much all the other vehicles I've been driving from this dealership have had 8-speed at the most, you know, but this one comes with 9-speed, so like you get to save a whole bunch of gas. So that's really nice. That's killer right there. So 9-speed transmission, that's crazy. I mean, that's not crazy. I mean, 9 speeds have been around for a while, but I like that, like 9-speed and 10-speed transmission. I remember back in the day, it was something cool to have 4-speed. Like, you got overdrive. I remember when overdrive was the top-notch transmission. You know, like, because there was 3 on the tree, you know, like how it was in my old C10 I used to have. And then when it came out with 4-speed, it was like, oh, 4-speed. Ooh, you got 4-speed. You got overdrive. Oh my gosh, you can save gas now. Now you got 9. Like, just think about it, like the how far we've come in technology. You know, because this isn't even the most crazy advanced technology that's out there. This is like economical, conservative type of technology, you know. So instead of being like over the top and crazy, you know, it's straight to the point, get someone to work and back. But there's no paddle shifters on here, so I am gonna try out the shifter. So it's down for up. That's one thing that's weird about Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge and Ram. Their manual shifters, you push down to go up in gears. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the video. But real quick, I want to tell you a little bit of important information. Now, hold on real quick. The video's going to come back in like 15 seconds. So I want to share something with you. Very important. I got another YouTube channel, my main YouTube channel. And on that channel, I share some very important information. Probably some of the most important information you're going to be able to find on YouTube. All right. It's not just information about cars. It's information about you, people, your health. And this is really important because there's so many people out there who suffer from things like IBS, inflammation, joint pain, back pain. There's so many things. So if you never heard of alkaline versus acidic food, H3O2, you got IBS, you want to learn how to do detox for free, all kind of little methods, as well as some little product reviews, I suggest you check out my other channel. Back to the video. Link below in the description. It's got enough. Now, one thing I noticed about this, because the suspension is up a little bit, it doesn't do very good with not even like sharp corners, but like moderate corners under acceleration, because you get a lot of sway. This is more for like, if you're going to be accelerating, it seems like it's more for straight line. There goes the safety feature right there. So granted, there is a manual shifter on here, but you don't get really a whole bunch of power with this thing. See, like even if I do just a quick U-turn right here, you hear the engine? So it's okay. It's not too crazy. I'm gonna check out sport mode. Ooh. Oh, it changed. Did you see that? That's cool. Now that car looked dope. The car that they showed up on there, that was dope right there. Let's see if I notice anything really different. I think I'm gonna have to come to a stop just to see if I can actually get some off the line acceleration with this thing. Now I know this vehicle isn't even really powerful at all, but one thing I notice is you do feel a little bit more peppiness. So when you look up here, it says sport mode right there. So I'm gonna change, go back to normal. That little screen right there of the little car changes. That's how you make this car look cool. Here comes a Charger right here. Not even the Hellcat, just a Scat Pack. But he driving by, he doing big things. He don't know that there's Hellcats and jailbreaks and stuff out there. But check this out. Change it back to sport mode. And look at that. That's how this car needs to come from the factory. If they come out with a sport mode of this vehicle, it should look like that. Okay, let's see how good sport mode is. See if I can even pass this Nissan Versa. Oh, I passed the Nissan Versa. No, but I can honestly tell that it is undertuned because you don't hear any turbo spooling, you don't hear any blow off from the turbo or anything. So it's a very mild turbo engine. You feel a lot of the safety features in this car, and by safety features I mean like steering correction. I feel like it helping me drive slightly with the turns, not all the time, but just like periodically. I'll feel like the steering will do like a little whoop, nope, no, I want you to go this way, nope, nope, that way, this way, nope, nope, that way. So it does like little minor corrections to me while I'm driving, just minor, not enough to really throw me off. I remember the first time I drove a Tesla. That was the first car I drove where the steering wheel kind of just takes over. And Tesla's kind of like, they're kind of harsh with their steering correction. I got videos of the Tesla Model S with the insane mode, brand new one. You should check that out. It's got the cool yoke. Also, I've done the Model Y, and one of my first videos was the Model 3, and that was years ago. So I know a thing or two about steering correction, and this one does it really soft versus, like I said, Tesla's. There's kind of like, it's kind of abrupt, kind of harsh. That's one thing I don't like about it. But this one is nice and, it's nice and soft. It's super. This is electric steering for sure. But I like that. I feel like you can whip this little car. But this little car is not fast at all. It's not really a quick moving car. It's just it's more of a daily place to place, really economical, but still advanced car. It's economical, advanced, but it's not going to blow your doors off with all the power or anything. It's not going to wow you with its off-road capabilities. It's not going to be able to tow anything all crazy or anything. It's more like, maybe if you got a small family, like, you got two kids or something, or just using it daily for going to work or something like that. It's just like a regular car, kind of like, imagine like how the Dodge Dart was, but just a little bit bigger. Now you get, it's lifted up a little bit, and so instead of it being so sport emphasized, it's more like a subcompact kind of thing going on. So it's like taking a car but lifting up, so you can see a little bit better, but the handling does suffer because it is up a little bit higher. I can see the potential of this vehicle though. It has a lot of potential, and as far as like a raw shell, this is good for like an entry-level enthusiast, or even for someone who just wants a good little car just to go around to work and everything. It's really affordable. For this vehicle having a base price of $29K, total price of $31. I mean, that's pretty good. It comes with a 12-inch screen, a nice digital screen right here for the dashboard. That's nice. Instead of having to pay an arm and a leg to get it, that comes with it automatically. A 9-speed transmission, a 2.0 liter Hurricane engine. Two liter turbo engines is like the newer types of engines instead of the naturally aspirated. They're moving away from naturally aspirated. Some of them are naturally aspirated, but those are like the last calls. You get 24 miles per gallon, 21 city, 29 highway. So this vehicle does come with 17-inch wheels, and like I said, it's kind of like imagine the Dodge Dart, just a little bit bigger, is lifted up. I see a little bit of Dodge Durango-esque kind of vibe going on here. You got your safety package down there. That's what that little bulb is right there. Whenever you see a vehicle with that little black paint in the front, that's a lot of technology embedded right there in the front of that car right there. You got hood vents, actually functional hood vents. This isn't really a crazy performance car, but it is good for letting heat out of the vehicle because, turbo vehicles, they do produce a little more heat than naturally aspirated. It's got a cool little emblem. Now, I will say this vehicle will probably look better in like that dark gray or like maybe just some kind of darker color, just like how it showed in the display when you switch to sport mode. That was pretty cool. I like that. So like if you could do something like that, or even just get it nice blacked out tinted windows, this has a lot of potential, and it's still very affordable right here as well. Back seat has a good amount of space too. So right here, sitting behind myself, I got a good amount of space, but I can see right now that whoever's going to be getting this car, you're probably not going to be getting it with the intention of putting a whole bunch of big old people up in here. And even if you are going to put big people, I still got space. I don't have to sit up here all straight up businessman style. I can sit, legs open. If I sit with my legs open, I got plenty of space back here. You got your climate control USB and USB-C right here. So I feel the AC blowing right here. And also you get a couple of cup holders right here. Got a little secret compartment lever right here, reach in there and grab. Oh, get in there. Get what you gotta get, it's hidden. Nobody gotta know. You got cup holders right here. Oh, and even a little phone slot right here. Another thing I noticed in the back here, you got little speakers here on the side. But I will say, getting out of this thing, it's a little bit awkward. My shoe's getting caught on this little thing right here. So it's a little, when I say compact SUV, I mean compact SUV. But to be completely honest, the thing I really love about this vehicle is the way that the interior is like just so modern. Yes, the outside of this vehicle isn't the best, but the inside of this vehicle, I'd say, is probably where it shines the most because you get so much like the way it's laid out in here is nice. 12-inch screen as well as a nice digital display right there. Full like electric feeling, nice and loose, easy to steer, lightweight vehicle. Nice and loose steering wheel right here. You got a lot of technology in here. It's turbocharged, so you got a lot of potential for the future, as well as driver assist modes. For cruise control, lane departure assist. You switch to sport mode. That looks cool. That's how it should look right there. They show you that so you can understand what the vehicle is intended to look like. Now I'm gonna go to vehicle. Let's see what's up with this. Let's see. My car. See, when you go to my car, moderate amount of information, but here you go. See that little side profile? You see a little side profile? It kind of does look like a Dodge Durango. You can't tell me it doesn't look like no Dodge Durango. Mini Durango. Trip. Performance pages right there. Turbo. That's cool, see? How much PSI this thing is putting out. I'm actually going to test that out in a second so I can see how much PSI this turbo is putting out after like the final drive when I take this back. You got controls and settings. So let's pull it back to performance. I'm going to check this out and see just how good it is. I just want to see some of the parameters for sport mode. Ooh. Now, I ain't going to lie. Right off the line in sport mode, this thing is kind of peppy because it's so lightweight. Now, right off the line, it's good. But, once you get going, compared to some other big V8 or crazy twin turbo engines, it doesn't excel like those ones do. Okay, so we're getting 11 PSI. That's what I see. I'm pretty sure it doesn't go too much higher than that. This little guy moves actually pretty good. Little bitty baby turbo 2.0. Okay, traction control it kind of wanders when you're accelerating. You accelerate a little hard, it goes kind of left and right. So granted, it is all-wheel drive, but I can tell just from how it's driving, it feels like it's front-wheel drive bias. So it's predominantly front wheel drive, but it's like sending a little bit of extra power to the rear. That's just what it feels like. I can tell already just from how it drives. But nevertheless, this vehicle still a pretty good little vehicle. Now, if you're someone like me and you've been spoiled and oversaturated with really fast cars, this car is probably not going to seem like much to you. But for someone if you're used to driving a Prius or a Toyota Corolla or something like that, unless you got like the GR version, this car is going to be good for you. Like this is actually a pretty decent little car, especially for the price, for how much, for the kind of power it's got. Like I see the torque right here, and it ain't going to like 200 and 300 something foot-pounds of torque. Like my car is pushing almost 400. And I could say for this vehicle being so small and lightweight, I'm surprised it doesn't have bigger numbers. Or that the fact that it doesn't need to hit those bigger numbers for you to feel like you're going kind of fast. And that's something I like about that. Something I like about this vehicle. Here we are back at Earnhardt, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. You see, you got all kind of Dodges, all kind of Jeeps. This guy like got so many crazy cars. Like they had the craziest Challenger and Charger Hellcat jailbreak versions inside there. People already bought them. Like I'm thinking, you would think that some people have difficulty or be reluctant to buying these kind of cars, but people are eating them up like crab cakes. Or like, okay, maybe nobody eats crab cakes, but you know, they're eating them up like hotcakes basically. Okay, let's check out the backup camera. Let's test that out. It's pretty good right there. And you see, like the backup camera is like really clear. Like it's top-notch backup camera right here. Everything you would want. There you go. See, it gives you a little warning, let you know you're getting close. I already told who this vehicle is for. It's for someone who wants like a nice economical car that still has lots of technology, but it's not fast, not going to blow your doors off, it's not going to break the bank or anything. It's just going to be able to get you from point A to B and have technology that's going to be able to last the times. You know, it's going to be moderately economical. It's not as economical as someone who's going to get like a hybrid or like say like the 4xe. Now, if you're wondering, this is a nice little sport compact all-wheel drive vehicle from Dodge. You see the two red stripes right there in the front. Now this is fuel economical as well as it's affordable for a lot of people, because one thing is a lot of vehicles are getting pretty expensive these days because of the economy, etc. But you know, you can get a vehicle like this and still be able to have something that's small, sporty, and still affordable. You know, you got the nice stylistic edge. I mean, you got cutting edge technology on here. You know, you got these nice LED light bar here in the back. Only thing this thing needs is a little bit tinted windows, and it comes with one of the newer Hurricane engines. This comes with the 2-liter Hurricane engine. So I'm about to show you this engine real quick. You see it's got actual functioning hood vents right here. I'm gonna prove to you that they're actually functioning. Easy to open hood right there. And you see right there, it's a 2-liter engine. It's a turbo. It's right there, turbo engine right there. You got the turbo sitting right here. It's a nice little small turbo, and it's from FCA. I guess that's the maker of it. The Jeep Wrangler 2-liter turbo had a Garrett turbocharger, a little bit bigger. This one's pretty small. You see this right here. There's actually little vents actually work. Now, I know on paper that this isn't like the coolest car that's out there. When you look at it, it's got some nice little features on there. You know, kind of inspired of the Jeep, you know, the Dodge Durango. It's kind of got a little bit of all this stuff kind of thrown in there. And this little Hornet decal actually feels like it's made out of metal, some kind of aluminum, because it feels cold right there. It's not plastic right there. And for a small little subcompact, you know, it's not bad. You know, it's not necessarily my taste of vehicle, but it's not a bad vehicle either. It's got some good styling points. Okay. So the back isn't automatic open. You may be able to option it to where that's electric or something. You got a good amount of storage back here. Got the little 12 volt back here. Check this out. Little storage right here. Emergency situation down there. As well as you got this little tunnel right here. Pull that down and extra pass through, and just in case you want to get a couple of 2x4s in there or something. It's not the most luxurious, it's enough to get the job done. You see? It's even got buttons on the door handle. She's got nice little accents, red stitching right here. That's actually not hard plastic. It has like a little semi little layer of like rubber or something on top of that. You know, this is a nice soft touch right here. But one thing that really got my attention is inside here, these seats, this material, the way it feels. It's like a almost like a suede-ette, but it's called leatherette. But I've had a different car. I had a Volkswagen Jetta years ago, and it had leatherette seats, and that's actually felt like more like real leather, kind of like how this does. But this is called a leatherette, and it feels closer to like a suede, like a synthetic kind of suede or something like that. But it has a unique feeling right there, as well as this cross-threaded kind of cloth seats right here. That's a tongue twister. These feel nice too. I can tell they look like they're like kind of water resistant as well. So that's good. Looks like if you pour some water on it, it's just gonna kind of float on top of there. You can tell you're in a Dodge right here because you got the two little stripes right there. Now, according to the specs paper, this screen right here is 12 inches, well, 12.3, and then this one right here is 10.25. So basically, 12-inch screen here and a 10-inch screen here. And I like how this is like actual buttons. Kind of reminds me like some kind of cockpit automatic on-off button right there. It's minimal amounts of gloss in here. It's not too crazy with the gloss black. All right, I'm about to start this up. There we go. About to say, nice little clean looking screen right there. Let's see how responsive it is actually though. Very responsive, similar to like the I remember a time where the 8-inch screen, I think it's 8.3-inch screen, and it's in the Dodge Charger and Dodge Challenger, as well as the Jeep Wrangler. There was a time where I thought that was the most responsive screen out of like the 10-inch and the 12-inch screen. But now this new type of like super wide screen 12-inch screen that they have on in this one, as far as like the the multimedia display. This one's like really responsive, especially for 2023. I can tell that they put some work into this one. It's a little bit different, rear camera. I can see that it was a nice dope Dodge Charger Hellcat jailbreak edition. I couldn't do a video of that one because that's another person, like another YouTuber or something's car, so I didn't do that car. I didn't do that one, but I did do a video of the Dodge Challenger Hellcat jailbreak. That's a tongue twister right there. So you see, nice responsive screen. Let's go media, comfort, phone, vehicle, everything you need. Now, this is cool, but one of my favorite things so far is I like this right here. Buttons right here, for down, up, for temperature. I'm a fan of buttons, because it kind of seems like a lot of vehicles, a lot of cars and dealerships went through this phase where they're trying to get rid of buttons. And then I think a lot of people complained about that, and you start to see the buttons phasing back in. So that's nice. Look at this. A nice use of knobs and switches. Air control, turn it off right there, turn it back on right there. Even this right here, it just looks clear. This looks like it's at least 1080p. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 2.7K or something. Like the pixels, this is really really clear screen right here. So just being in here, besides this having really nice clean screens, looking at the steering wheel, I see it's got sport mode. So we got different modes. Like I said, this is a 2-liter turbo. So what does turbo mean? Turbo in the future means tunability, right? That's something that's cool about turbo engines. You just once the software comes out, they tune the wastegate, tune the pressure that the turbo make, tune the psi for the fuel and everything. This thing will be pumping out more power. Not that it's meant for that, but I'm just saying I like the ability that it has. Because right off the factory, all vehicles come tuned down a little bit, for fuel economy, et cetera, et cetera. But I see it already. There's gonna be at least one person who's gonna make this thing like go crazy. I really like the steering wheel. It has a very simplistic design. It's simple. It's not overdoing it. It's just enough. It even has a flat bottom right here, so it's like little sporty-esque features are put into here. And when I look up here, this dashboard, I believe this is called dashboard, has a hard plastic, but it's not like a hard cheesy plastic. It's a nice, good, like almost like rubbery kind of plastic feel right here. I like the little small details, like the way this has like nice little ridging on there. Like I appreciate the small details. I love the way that this is laid out right here. I like this horizontal style. And like I said, it takes a lot of the design styles from a lot of other vehicles. I see a lot of the Jeep Grand Cherokee in here, Dodge Durango in here. It definitely has the whole Chrysler vibe, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram kind of thing going on. These seats, this ridging right here, I like that, as well as these seats in the back. For a nice, cheap, affordable vehicle, this is going to be great for somebody. USB, USB-C, and then right here, does this slide? Yeah, it does slide. Oh, it does open actually. A little lever right here. A little storage right there. This one does a lot of resistance. It's very tight. So I like the fact that this comes with a lot of different features. You could change a couple things on here just from just a change of a knob right here. It doesn't give it like that little jittery kind of vibe when it switches between the screens up here. It's nice and smooth. It's calculated because this is 2023. This is the very first version of this vehicle. Dodge Hornet. Now here's the owner's manual. In the owner's manual, of course, they're going to show you the best way, how it can make it look extra little cool, with the darker color, with that nice red emblem in the front, some nice dark tint on here, even maybe tint out those headlights a little bit, maybe lower it a little bit. This thing will be nice. And if you stayed all the way to the end, go ahead and please make sure you hit that like button. That'll do me a big favor. Also, if you're not, make sure you subscribe because I got a whole bunch more content coming out for you. And if you want to request a certain video for me to do a review of from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, you know what kind of cars they got there, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Remember, take care of yourselves. Peace.